There's no question about it in my mind. Let's go through the other candidates. Kevin Durant's been terrific. I think Nick said the other day he's played almost a perfect series. But guess what? He's got two other superstars to share the load. And they didn't face as tough of an opponent in the first round. Damian Lillard, phenomenal. We know that he was just tremendous in his last game, but has been tremendous throughout. But they're down 3-2. Nikola Jokic, the future MVP. He's been very good, only 4 assists a game, which is low for him, but they're struggling with the 6th seed. Trae Young has a legitimate argument. For him to step into his first playoff series and just overwhelm the Garden and that crowd and those celebrities in the crowd yesterday, he was great in every game. And Donovan Mitchell has been great for Utah. They're 4-0 since he's come back. However, Luka Dončić is beating 2 superstars. Certainly Kawhi's a superstar. Paul George is a perennial all-star and probably future Hall of Famer. And he's overwhelming them. And they're known as great defenders. And they got nothing at all for Luka. He is controlling this series. He is toying them. At times, he's treating them like little kids. At times, when he holds them behind him with the dribble. And I mean, he has been outstanding. This dude, Brandon said it. He could be the future of the league in the next couple years. Luka has been the best player in the playoffs.
No. You told me to slow down. I said if he continues to do this,
you said
he can finish his career top 10 all time. I threw out Michael Jordan. I said, can you stop Michael Jordan, the Kobe Bryants of the world, the LeBron James? That's what I said. You told me to slow down. Look, Luka has been sensational. Lights out. Absolutely. Then there was another moment in the game, Broussard, I don't know if you saw that, where he was defending the outbounds play and he's sitting there smiling, laughing at the guy, act like he's playing soccer. He's definitely toying with them because he's that good. Yes. But if you have to answer the question, who's the best player right now in the playoffs, it's Kevin Durant. It's not about who he's playing alongside of. This dude is coming off major injuries, and he's averaging career highs in points, 32 points a game in the playoffs, 50%, ungodly 50% from 3. Think about that. So Kevin Durant is the answer, Nick. He's been playing sensational, and he just continues to get more efficient as the minutes go by.
Okay. There's a thread on Reddit called Explain It to Me Like I'm a 5-Year-Old. And you post stuff there that you're kind of, you think everybody knows, but you just want to explain to you like you're a 5-year-old. Like, hey, why can parrots talk? And other animals can't talk. Parrots can just straight up be like, hey, good morning, how are you? And some, scientists will get on there and explain it. Kawhi Leonard is Defensive Player of the Year. Paul George is a great defensive player. There's clips on YouTube of LeBron at the free throw line when Kawhi Leonard checks back into the game and LeBron's like, darn, this guy's going to be a hassle for me. So, Nick, I know Luka's playing great. Can you explain it to me like a 5-year-old why Ty Lue, Paul George, and Kawhi Leonard don't go over and say, hey, you know what? Looks like we got to stop Luka. I don't think Boban can beat us, but Luka sure can. Why doesn't that happen?
I'll do that, Wilds, if you will send me, because I don't go on Reddit. Do they have on there how do record players work? Because I don't understand it. It's just a piece of wax. How do I hear someone's voice? Nobody. It's magical.
No clue.
How do they work? I've never understood. They were invented 200 years ago. They still work. I don't get it. Okay, doesn't matter. So to your point, because Brandon was right about this. This is the guy who's going to be one of the 10 greatest players of all time. And I get this eerie feeling, Broussard, that it's deja vu. And it's 2007 all over again. Because once upon a time, there was an absolute phenom on a team that wasn't that good, with no other all-stars, that went into the playoffs with moderate expectations because the previous year he had been really good in the playoffs, but nobody thought they were a championship team. And in his second year ever in the playoffs at 22 years old, he took the NBA by storm and took his team all the way to the NBA Finals. That was LeBron at age 22. And Luka now at age 22 is putting up a stat line better than LeBron's that series, that season, and doing things I don't think folks have fully understood because we know he's a great passer, we know he's a great rebounder for his position. This is his fourth 40-point playoff game. He's only played 11 of them. Can we show guys who have 4 career 40-point playoff games? Can we show that graphic? This is, I just picked out a few. These are guys that have exactly 4 career 40-point playoff games. Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, Kawhi, Dame, Karl Malone. Malone's got the second most points ever. Magic was in the finals 11 times. Duncan went to the finals, 6 times? They have 4 career 40-point playoff games. What about guys that have fewer than 4 career 40-point playoff games in their career? How about that? You know what that looks like? First team All-NBA from a year or 2 ago. Like, what? Luka's done it, Broussard, not only in only 11 games, but I think this is important. He's never had a series against some crummy 8 seed that's just happy to be there that he can stat pad against. He's done every playoff game he's played in his whole life has had, to Wild's point, 2 guys who theoretically should be the 2 best suited guys in the whole league to stop him. So I think, A, it is a statement that Kawhi is not the defender he once was. I think that's pretty clear. And by the way, nobody usually is once they take on that workload on offense. And B, you put it just right, and Kenny Smith said it last night on the show. He said, he was like, if he gets you on his hip, he acts like you're a 10-year-old. He just puts the ball out in front of him, and he does it like what you do to your son. Like, oh, you can't get it. You can't. And he's doing it against some of the best defenders in basketball. And so it is what we are watching history is the answer here. We are watching history and a historically great player and guys that just have no answer for him.
No, I agree, Nick. I mean, Luka Dončić, I began calling him Luka Legend a few years ago because I think he's the new age version of Larry Bird. Yes, his game is a little different than Bird's, but he is that type of player. And I agree with you guys. He could end up as a top 10 player. Obviously, he's got to win championships to back up all these claims, but he's phenomenal. Nick, so I want to get this straight, though, Nick. You said this could be a replay of 2007. Are you predicting that Dallas wins the West?
If the Lakers lose to the Suns, then I think Dallas will win the West. I still think the Lakers will win the West, believe it or not. But if the Lakers lose to the Suns, I think Dallas will win the West.
I don't think that's crazy. I mean, the Lakers aren't winning the West, but I don't think that's crazy that you said Dallas could. I'll make my pick when that's time, but that would be phenomenal.
You already made your pick. Your pick was the Lakers. You don't get to do 7 picks. You already did your pick.
Well, I'll be back
the Lakers.
I'll be back
You're right.
Pick number 7.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.